up you guys, this is Rob from The Gay Guy Plays, and today on the hit list, we're thinking long and hard when we take a look at my top 5 favorite melee weapons in game. Now, while the secondaries weren't all too hard to pin down, there were tons of amazing candidates in the melee category. Not only did DE begin experimenting with unique mechanics, but they also added in new mods which really gave status-based weapons a boost. All of that combined made this year's melee hit list far tougher to complete than the rest, so I'm crossing my fingers that you'll be understanding if some of your favorites just got edged out, as I think in total I had about 15 that I really wanted to include. So with that out of the way, let's start scratching off targets. At number 5 is the Destreza. Now, admittedly, its stats aren't necessarily the best of the bunch, with only bare bones critical supplementals and a decent base damage to keep it fueled. However, when paired with its unique moveset, Vulpine Mask, its quick lashes and repeating strikes speedily ramp up the combo counter and also inflict guaranteed slash procs, which, as we all know, are excellent at bypassing enemy armor. On top of that, its model is absolutely gorgeous and its unique animations just add more and more flavor. Sometimes the meta that really matters is being dressed to kill. Next up at number 4, we've got the Cist. Don't act surprised, I told y'all on the last one that we had affirmative action for semen-based weapons. Now, before you say anything, I want you to suppress all of the bad feelings that came with its launch and only look at it for what it is now. At its core, it deals corrosive damage and has a fairly substantial status chance, giving it the innate ability to shred armor. Side stances also have built-in impact proc which momentarily staggers enemies, giving you just enough time to use its built-in mechanic. So as many of us already know, its charge attack has the unique property of unloading a big splattery wad of goo that leaves a trail of corrosive acid in its wake. Any enemies caught in its trail are stunned and left open to finishers, which, as we all know, completely ignores armor. That's right, this baby can strip you down and finish you off as well. Moving along, the Galatine Prime comes in at number 3. Now, while a lot of people are very quick to scream power creep at the top of their lungs, honestly this is on my list for nostalgia as much as it is effectiveness. Including its original version, I've covered it a total of 4 times if you count the fanboying video. It goes without saying that this beauty of a beast deals an immense amount of damage, as it currently has the highest base damage of all melee weapons and has respectable crit and status supplementals. With a viral setup that focuses on both status and crit, its high base slash damage allows you to bypass even the toughest armor without any kind of armor shred, all while being one of the most gorgeous weapons in game. Now at number 2, I begrudgingly have to say the Legion. This went from one of the most annoying weapons to hear about to one of the most mechanically interesting. Until recently, its most popularized build utilized Maiming Strike to inflict massive bleed damage. However, with the addition of Condition Overload and even Relentless Combination, depending on your preference, the Legion is no longer locked into a very specific type of play. With its high base slash damage, considerable status chance, and its special ability that grants bonus attack speed and innate toxin, which frees up a mod slot in your viral combo, this bad boy relentlessly savages any enemy it comes up against. Okay, so before we get to my favorite melee weapon of the year, there are like a million gajillion honorable mentions, but in tradition, I pulled what I feel are the next 3 contenders. At number 6 is the Core. With stats that almost rival one of the most powerful hammers in game, this baby edges it out due to the ability to scan enemies whenever you land a kill with it. Basically, it made it on the list because I am a lazy fuck, and I am not afraid to admit it. Number 7 brings us a very niche stealth channeling throwing weapon, the Orvius. I've actually held on to some footage of a 3rd stage Grenier Eximus sortie where not a single one of us pub losers decided to use corrosive projection. However, that didn't matter because combined with stealth and the gas elemental combo, Orvius's channel throw absolutely slayed groups of level 100 enemies. And finally, at number 8 is the Telos Boltus. As I had stated before, I hate the crap out of sliding builds. However, combine this with Searing Spores and Toxic Lash, a stealth frame, or even better, a frame who can blind, and you can't deny how powerful that 26-meter radial blade wave is. Now finally, at number 1, we have the Venka Prime. There are honestly a ton of things to love on this one. From its impeccable supplementals, its access to 3 different movesets, its accelerated combo counter, and its absolutely stunning model easily put it at the top of my list. Whilst performance is always important to me, the Venka Prime wins it by providing a gratifying experience. From the increased engagement to the boost in its combo counter, the greatly varying movesets that allow you to customize it to your own playstyle, to extremely visceral animations on its finishers. Not only is it effective against the toughest enemies we currently have in game, but it's also fun to use. In addition, the Venka Prime also revitalized the claw category that previously only had 2 weapons available, neither of which were really all too desirable to bring into higher tier tiered missions. This just goes to show that there is hope for some of the less loved categories out there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this installment, even though I didn't get to mention all of our other amazing melee weapons out there. And trust me, with all of the new mechanics DE has been experimenting with, as well as the new status mods, there are even more that were made viable. And because I know you're gonna do it anyway, why don't you list out some of your favorites that didn't make it on mine and spread that love around? Because these days, with all the drama channels and outrage culture, the Warframe world needs a bit more love. Specifically, the hot, sticky, mildly rough kind. So thank you all for watching another episode of The Hit List. If you haven't already caught it, be sure to check out No to Weho Day 3, as well as my previous hit list on my favorite secondaries of 2016. Now, don't forget to do all the things that I asked you to do at the end of every one of these, and as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!